buffet!
What the hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke!
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Get me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Welcome indeed. The applause is mandatory. And we're watching. We are watching. Chama is a great too. I'm starting to think there's some conspiracies afoot with YouTube. We'll have to get to it here shortly with Gooch's intro, but the conspiracies are afoot. Badger, I'm so sorry, man. You had to see Joker 2 yesterday. How you doing, bud? You still holding up? You okay? Your will to live still exist?
You want to know how I got these scars?
No, definitely not. You in the background all blurred. Definitely not.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Your reaction was actually pretty reined in, I realize.
Badger gave it a lower score than I did, and I yelled about it for 2 days. It literally drove me insane, and he gave it a worse score than me.
Yeah.
And he
on
likes
multiple
musicals.
levels.
I tried to save him. I tried to stop him, but no, he just had to see it. Gooch, how you doing today? Anything interesting happened to you recently?
First of all, the channel's up and fine. There's nothing wrong with the channel. There's nothing wrong with the memberships right now. But last night, people were messaging me when I was on Saturday Night Hypnosis saying all my memberships are being either reimbursed or canceled, or what, I don't even know, non-reoccurring or whatever the situation was. So contacted YouTube and they're working on it. Everything is up and running fine. So tonight, everyone
Channel's
please
under
join.
attack.
I lost 385 members somehow. So if you want to be part of
that's
the
a week of
Gooch
ABF
gang,
member donuts.
yeah,
A lot of filthy grays. A lot of filthy grays that we're gonna have to take care of.
Now
and
I apologize.
I apologize if you got an email because that's not for me. So if you
they love doing it. When they
Yeah.
demonetize, they like to publicly shame you with all your members getting emails about it. Which is what it seemed like was happening. But no.
I was really upset last night. I have to move forward, and I just gotta, keep doing what I'm doing. And love hanging out with you guys. I'm nice and clean and shaved and manscaped. It's in the name. So,
Well, we got a lot of fun today. Well, I'll go and start off the fun.
And no word on if memberships work on this channel. You might be under attack. We don't know. I wouldn't know. We wouldn't until someone
could check to make
everyone,
sure the memberships work. I have no idea if they work. If you guys could look into it for me, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
ABF was
ABF
on
is probably sleeping right now. Yeah, his bank is probably locked down.
Well, his Hypno Donos, yeah. So I went there and I saw the red boy. So I click on it because I want to see what he says. Wasn't even my dono. I see that 500 boy. It made my stomach and butthole drop. It wasn't even my get like super chat, and it made my butthole drip like. And then he follows it up with a certified Sonia Lisette dad joke. I'm working on a construction. I've got a construction joke, but I'm still working on it.
I saw Joker's butthole drop.
Oh my god! Not to mention all the random naked dude who wouldn't put his clothes on for some reason just because. Hey, it's rated R. Flaccid wiener. Wait, was it rated R? And should it have been?
And flaccid wiener's not what I noticed. Not in my memory banks.
Aubrey Plaza boobs.
Yeah, Jesus.
All right, so. Went to the used bookstore when they weren't open because I always forget they open an hour later on Sunday. But then I got all this stuff finished up early and I went back, and I'm so glad I did because Star Wars figure, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's so ridiculous and dumb. I don't have any Star Wars figures. My first like Star Wars figure that I buy is the Power Droid, is what they're calling it, Badger.
Gay. That is not a power. It is a power droid, but that power droid has a name. That's Gonk. You son of a bitch. It should be called Gonk.
I'm sorry for othering the Power Droid. All right,
Thank you.
I'll be treating him nice. Naganal.
This is the racism. Too. This is like them not calling Slave One, and they call it Fire Spray or some dumb shit. Like, well, that's what it is, but that's not what its name is.
That's a Power Droid. I thought it was a trash can droid.
You
but
Gonk.
So I get the one.
We know what the trash can droid is.
Very bad. You know what it is, the compactor.
All right. By the way, I may or may not have that clip ready for tonight.
Oh my! We should probably have a lot of the. We'll talk about it.
We got some clips for today. I might have watched some Goldfinger for the James Bond day.
Man talk.
Rat, the good thing is,
my new favorite clip.
Probably buy you every single droid from Star Wars from Black Series, and it would maybe cost me $20 because they're all on sale because no one wants this shit.
These were like $8. So Steph, you might enjoy this one.
Message.
So I had my display piece, and then right behind it, I had my beat with a spiked baseball bat figure.
You got the wrong one. He's not a slave at that point. You can't beat him. He's a Padawan.
Oh, look at that face. Isn't that just a hit with a spiked baseball bat kind of face?
It's very beatable. And look, they gave him a lightsaber and not a wooden training saber.
So that's how I gotta start my day off, with finding a child to beat. It's tax deductible child beating. Poor Jake.
We found out that Joker has some tax deducted child beating. Sorry, we really do. Joker too. He got some child beating that was tax deducted.
Also, yes, he does have his rat tail.
You got to have the rat tail.
There we go.
Yeah.
He already broke. He only made it through 2 beatings, but the package was kind of already open, so I was waiting for him to explode out. All right, well, that was worth.
I hate that movie.
That was worth the $8 for sure. The beatings will continue in the future.
I only liked Darth Maul, and he was in it for like 5 minutes.
Well, obviously, the ending is still the best lightsaber fight ever. I like the pod. I like a lot about that movie. It's aged well to me, but yeah, the kid is annoying. I think Jake Lloyd was the wrong choice.
Habibi.
Here's what I'm saying, Steph. You know I love me some prequels, or if you don't know now that I love me some prequels. But if we had it to do over again, don't you think we'd start Anakin at like 15 or 16 instead of 9?
Yes.
Just saying.
And have a relationship with Padme.
I mean, they do. It's just stuff all off
groom
screen.
really. Yeah, really early. Like it's.
Am I looking at the right thing, Nut Bunny?
No! I'm like, no. Please continue.
Oh, we're becoming cultural enrichment here on Nerd Wars today.
Dude, it looks more like body dancing almost, but that's all right. Belly.
I didn't see this part in the prequel. Where was that? in Phantom Menace.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, I'm sorry to have to do this, but we got too many tabs, so we gotta get it going. No one's laughing now. Joker Folie à Deux falls down with 39 million so far, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. How the sequel went sideways. All right, Badger, go ahead and give us some thoughts. Try not to have too many mental breakdowns in the process.
It's depression porn. And the worst part about it is it's pretentious. It's pretentious depression porn. So if you like this movie, if you like Joker and the first one because of the anarchy and the fuck you and all that stuff, I hope you know that much like Paul Atreides from Dune, you weren't supposed to like him. He was supposed to be the bad guy. And now we're going to spend 2 hours punishing you and Arthur Fleck so you understand that you rooted for the wrong character. And then because you wanted Joker, we're going to make fun of you and punish you and literally have people. He raped the audience. He raped the audience. All the things. Yes,
spoiler alert.
He did. So I hope you sign a consent form before you go in.
I warned Badger. I knew nothing good was going to come from it. Did anything? Say something nice. Say something nice about it, Badger.
Lady Gaga sounds good sometimes.
Would you agree with me that the first half of the movie they both purposely sang bad?
Yeah, no, they're supposed to be there because it's just them. Like if you and I were to badly, like most of the time,
Sing for fuck's sake. Cancel Disney Plus.
But and then every once in a while, but the point of that is exactly what I thought. Most of the scenes of them together are hallucinations where they're not. It's them sitting next to each other and imagining the shit in their head.
Yeah, was she really in the courtroom all those times and stuff? Who knows? Nothing. No, we don't know anything. Who cares?
Her getting into the prison cell for sexy time is the one that I do think was probably made up. But that's the point. I don't. How about the narratives?
Awkwardness of that scene.
He didn't even last 38 seconds.
I know 7, and the like the jarring, like thrusting.
Yeah. It's really bad. I think it's bad on purpose. We weren't supposed to like Arthur. He was never the Joker, as Todd said many a times.
That's why I didn't like 1, because he was not a likable character. No one was a likable character. I had no one to root for.
So so I said it right, because there's the whole title of like, this is supposed to be a Joker, blah 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 blah, and then he goes, it's not a Joker film. It's about Arthur Fleck. And then in my head I go, but I don't give a shit about Arthur Fleck. And that spoiler is the entire point of 2 movies, that no one cared about Arthur. We all should feel bad for wanting to care about Joker. We only should have cared about Arthur.
Give his ass the death penalty, as far as I'm concerned. Gooch, did you have thoughts?
Well, I was just going to say, with the first one, there was more empathy than anything, because you kind of saw him go through the process of how he, finally broke. Go ahead and read that.
Wait,
depression porn.
Badger, is this a lightsaber that's been turned off, or a Jedi nightstick?
It's a lightsaber. There's a blue blade that you can attach to it.
Okay. But do you think the Jedi in Britain have nightsticks instead of lightsabers?
No, they have pocket knives. Everyone knows that. Pocket lightsabers. Depression porn, much like we started GG1 Depression Quest by
correct. And then the guy that she Me Too'd with presumably fake allegations, his game was all about depression as well. They knew he was depressed, and she Me Too'd him, and then, oh, I can't believe he Minecrafted himself after I absolutely destroyed his life. Who would have known he would have done that? Anyone who had played his games.
See, the first one, I thought they were playing off like a version of The Killing Joke and trying to adapt that a little bit. And what?
No, I know. I know we all thought that.
Yeah, we all thought that. Yeah. Like it was some kind of twisted version of that. You know what I mean? And you had some empathy for him, and you just like could see how he could develop into a possible Joker. This one, I haven't seen it, and I'm not going to see it. I hate musicals.
This entire movie, even if you took it away, the whole messaging is that all he ever wanted to be was Arthur Fleck. We put the Joker identity onto him. We're the ones that made him do all those things.
So they literally can blame the audience and say, no,
yes,
you guys,
no. When I say he grapes the audience, I mean literally, figuratively, and metaphorically, he grapes the audience.
So again, like I said, they've taken the Joker name and just made this movie to develop Yeah.
We just watched it wrong.
Yeah. And then if you really want to go like full retard, which is we're doing all the time now, it retroactively ruins a potential origin for Heath Ledger's Joker. If you want to make that connection. So we can ruin 2 fucking Jokers if you really want to get fun and spicy, which I normally do on a Sunday.
Yes. So the whole thing though about saying it's a cash grab is you have to make money to be a cash grab. What's the opposite of a cash grab?
You know what this is?
Pit?
Oh, they won't leave me alone. They won't leave the one movie alone. If they didn't get the messaging, I'll show them. I'll show all of them, and I'll kill off my own character, basically.
How's that working?
Show them how to lose $200 million.
Mike, next question is then how big of a drop off do you think you're going to see in the following weekend? Because of word of mouth and
staggering. People didn't because I could see the tickets because I kept checking ad ticket to see who was sitting next so I could make sure I could vape up there in my little fiefdom. Like 3 people didn't even show up to their bought tickets, which means maybe they had something come up, but most likely word of mouth got to them.
87% Tomahawk.
And by the way, even if you make the thing that like, no, they just beat him really hard. No, they just used their batons to do it. They didn't do it themselves. Either way, that's what it took to make him go into a fugue state and stop wanting to be Joker. Okay. Yeah. Bad Anakin.
Jedi Knight. Get back here, Anakin. Wait, he lost his lightsaber. God damn it.
And
I'm
Harvey
putting him in the hole.
Dent. Harvey Dent.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, question. So there's allegedly, maybe possibly a spoiler, an explosion of sorts, and then his face is like a little bit burnt. Do you think they're saying that made him into a Two-Face?
That's what that is. It just added a little bit of character. Oh, you got a little bit of shrapnel. Wait, you never been mortared?
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "Mother."
So he's just using the name to bring people to watch his movie.
Correct. And as you guys want to keep defending the Penguin, saying it didn't do it, but I'm like, the Penguin's not the Penguin, but it's good. You can have a Joker that's not the Joker, and it still be good.
Does anyone in chat care if we explain what this is? Is anyone in chat actually going to spend money on this and not want us to spoil it?
Less awkward than the actual heterosexual sex scene. I will say. I didn't even know what happened.
That's what I'm saying. I could almost steel man that it's not what everyone thinks, but wear his pants. I.e., it comes back from a big moment when he's been able to be in full makeup in court and he said a bunch of dumb shit and the guards were waiting for him. And yes, he makes a joke about, you're going to buy me a drink first, as they're stripping him to put on his like prisoner clothes or whatever. They drag him into the shower scene and he says, get those rags off of him. And the next time you see him, he still has on his shirt and jacket. His pants are missing and he's being dragged in. Sorry, oops, better stop watching it.
Also, like, here's the thing. Normally, we give the whole weekend to not spoil things.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. This is one I actively spoiled the ending for Badger to try to get him to not see it. So if you guys are like, don't spoil it, and it's not a joke, I'm going to do everything I can to spoil it, to stop you from seeing it. For your mental health, do not see this movie.
And unless he hallucinated it, Harley does get away into the cell, and then they do a pump and dump, and she couldn't. I don't know if it would be black. That would be very impressive. But yeah, Harley is out there with the pregnant.
I think everyone assumes that's a lie, though. Just like a crazy bitch.
Probably.
I'm pregnant. I'm gonna Minecraft myself if I don't get my way and all that. But then how about her at the end? She's just suddenly like, "Oh, you don't want to be the Joker," which all of a sudden he's just like, "I'm not the Joker," and then she's like, "You're not the Joker." Well, then I guess we're all done. Everything that's happened before now is pointless. Yeah, also, I'm not Harley Quinn. I'm Lee.
But don't you get that? That's us. That's the audience. You see. We all cared when we thought it was Joker, but now that we realize this is just Arthur Fleck, no one gives a shit. Fuck this movie. Don't you get how clever he is?
Fuck this movie and fuck the first movie.
Don't you get how fucking clever he is of the commentary?
I don't understand why they would even have Two-Face if it's has nothing to do with the DC
window
universe.
dressing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
God, I'm surprised they even had Harvey Dent. I'm surprised they didn't call him Harv or something.
No,
they already got a Harv. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just it's retarded.
Yeah. All right. Well, so back to what Gooch had mentioned earlier. So Friday was 20 million, which includes previews. So Thursday and Friday was only 20 mil, and Saturday dropped 45% to 11.4 mil, as if Batman himself was throwing Joker off a building, not the minus 20% decline many were seeing. So as what Gooch just said, this movie front loaded, so no one saw it, and the people who were going to saw it already done seen it.
Remember when Superman got captured in like a prison and they graped him with prison sticks or whatever? Yeah. Turns out all you need is just one bad day, and then that can be overridden with a little bit of prison guard fun time, and then you stop being a criminal.
So this is lower.
I don't remember that.
This Painful. Is a lower start than the Marvels, which just managed to almost hit 200 million, which is what the budget for the Joker Folie à Deux was. Still have yet to hear a single person call it Folie à Deux. It's still Joker 2 every time. God, I can't believe I'm nagging on $25 on this. So stupid. I can all love you. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I watched the first one in anticipation of this one. And I'm like, overrated, but decent. 7 out of 10. I wish the Joker had been the Joker. Or had at least been somewhat likable in some way before his fall.
Well, there was moments. There was some captured moments in there that you could be like, oh, okay, I could see where this could possibly go. But
by the way, Gooch, just so you don't think that this is something that I like to look up, that's Superman getting fun time in prison. Yeah. Yeah, because this is a fetish they like to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Superman, red. What is it? Red,
whatever.
White, black, and red, and
I guess those super cheeks couldn't protect him.
But they had him under red kryptonite at the red sun generator, so he was could not be protected.
Yes.
You got to be
Superman,
careful. Punch his butt cheeks, break your dick off.
The hero figure I know. Well, that's the Shawshank situation.
The world's greatest asshole couldn't protect himself.
I sure hope not.
It's so. Oh well, he's like, I don't think I'm gonna do another Joker movie. I don't think you have an option, Todd. Apparently, he didn't even want to do the first or second one. So we're at the point where they have to say, well, it's not the lowest opening for a DC movie. That's Jonah Hex. They had to whip out Jonah Hex to cope over the Joker.
That's because it's a character no one knows. Like if unless you're like a true like comic buff.
The amount of
Jonah
people
Hex
making jokes that all Batman had to do was grape Joker to get him to stop. I'm not kidding. They probably should add some sort of disclaimer that warning, this isn't how that works. Otherwise, we'd have a very different type of criminal justice systems, and no one would be committing crimes if you knew what the gang that was awaiting you. Although we sort of do that, but yeah, I don't know. Disclaimer.
So all of a sudden, there's a massive sale on butt plugs. All of a sudden,
God. Moving back to our previous topic.
Fucking Josh.
So they had to whip out. Well, when it comes to movie musicals, at least it bigger than Cats. They had to whip out. It did better than Cats and Jonah Hex.
Big difference. Big difference.
I'm still
people
waiting
know
for
Cats. Again, people don't know Jonah Hex. Like that is a comic that is like. It's like very low on the totem pole when it comes to comics. Like when you ask people about comics, like Jonah Hex is like,
that's why they did it. It was a cheap property they got.
They were trying to do a Guardians kind of like, take characters that people don't really know and try to make it big. And it's a great character.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, what up, ABF?
How's it going?
ABF, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, big guy?
Have you been held down in the showers and been forced to watch Joker 2 yet?
Oh.
No, I've been just out and about enjoying life.
No, we can't have that.
I got news for you. It's a good thing that you haven't seen. It's a good thing you haven't seen.
Are you at 500 yet? Are you at 500? I tried my hardest last night.
I'm at like 418 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going really quickly. I really appreciate the shout out, Scooch. Thank you so much.
Let's get that to 420.
Of course.
And we'll stop for 1 minute.
Tonight we're gonna do it tonight again. Tonight we're gonna push for that. So, and now go sub to the man.
Yes, Alec Baldwin's Fingers streams on Mondays.
Yeah. For once in my life,
there we go.
I'm gonna be a hero.
Even though ABF tortures us now on a weekly, occasionally daily basis.
Yes, James.
I should want him to go suffer through the Joker too. No. But even I wouldn't do that to him. I don't do that to anyone. Anyone feeling Megalopolis deja vu from last weekend, you're not imagining things. That movie received a D+ score. Things are so bad. Like I said, yesterday or whatever, we are having to agree with like Kotaku and Deadline. And I kept saying that Megalopolis was terrible, but this was Megalopolis with musical numbers. And it managed to get a D instead of a D+ that Megalopolis got. So this... Honestly, I thought about having some of you guys watch Megalopolis so you could be tortured and feel what I had to feel, but I'm glad you saw Joker 2, Badger. You deserve it, you son of a bitch.
He didn't drop the soap. He didn't throw the soap. He ground it up and did fucking lines of the soap on the ground while the guards took turns. Horrible movie.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how I felt, like being chained down to like my seat. And like I said, whole full row, and then a group of 6 come down. Dude sits right next to me, and I get popcorn farts all the whole fucking time. So I was even getting like the 4D effect of all this like dirty, grimy prison and whatnot. Oh my god! And they just.
I'd rather watch any of the things.
Did you
I'd
make
rather watch
noises?
Agatha, Acolyte, Echo.
Correct. Because everyone wants to say Agatha's a 2 out of 10. All right, sure. Go see Joker 2 then. If you think Agatha's a 2 out of 10, go see Joker 2 and tell me what that is. And you're not allowed to go into the negatives.
I wouldn't. Agatha's not a 2 out of 10. Agatha's like more like a 4 or 5 out of 10.
Yeah,
100%.
That's what I gave it. Yes, but some people are like really hate it. In the
I had
GCA.
these shitty songs. All the songs are shitty now because they've been sung in Joker. So I had them stuck in my head. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I was like, down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Fuck yeah. Start singing Agatha. Anything else but these shitty songs? Yes. Yeah,
well,
that's where we are.
Boring. That's the issue.
People keep saying that, but it moves really quickly. I feel like it's not. I don't feel like it's terribly boring. Now
nothing is happening.
Musical number.
Yeah,
oh well, yeah. That's because it's just one trial, the next trial, the next trial. With episodes, I think they'll have to do like 2 trials in one episode at some point.
Don't you understand? They're undergoing trauma. They're overcoming their trauma in each episode.
I'm sorry. The effects for that movie, that series 2, is not very good.
Oh, well, that's their cope with that is it's the cheapest Marvel show we've made yet, guys, and it brought no one in, so we still probably.
Just wait, because when it's all said and done, you're gonna see some of the female leads come out and say, "Well, we never got a chance. We were the cheapest one. They didn't put enough money into the series." That's what's gonna happen next. Just watch.
So far, it's just been a series of bottle episodes. They're just trapped in a house. Every single episode, it seems like. That's why it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not going as hardcore with the effects, and then the ones they do don't necessarily always look the best.
Am I hearing this right, ABF? That women should stay in the home? Is that what the message is? That's the messaging.
You know what would be really good? An Assassin's Creed set during the Salem witch trials with like a female protagonist and like a gay lesbian that goes hand in hand. Witch coven. That would be really cool. They should do that. They're actually doing that. Spoiler.
Yeah, see, we're these evil, horrible, toxic Disney fans where we don't give Agatha a 1 out of 10. I'm sorry. We're the worst. Not to say it's good, but my scoring system's very different. You give Agatha a 2 out of 10, you don't leave yourself enough room for Joker 2. So, and while we're on that subject, Francis Ford Coppola says he's a fan of Joker 2. Fuck all of you. Speaking of fuck all of you, Ewan McGregor reveals they are currently exploring ideas for Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2.
I saw that.
I hate him. Go back to what he just said. Go back to what he just said. You go back right now. He adds that he wants to wear the Clone Wars armor and have more flashbacks. Hey, Christian, that should have been the whole show.
So if they're going to do this, they better have Darth Maul.
Yeah, they're probably going to have like Darth Maul get on like Darth Vader's shoulders, and they're going to like Voltron form into one super monster.
Well, Kenobi is where a lot of my
someone send that to Danky to animate.
Kenobi is where a lot of my normie friends checked out of Star Wars on Disney. So
for my normie friend, it was Thor: Love and Thunder, which also seemed like a deal for a lot of people.
Yes.
First of all, there are a book or two where he does leave Tatooine, but it's like super early on, and it's super specific to help a very specific Jedi Padawan or Jedi Knight at that point that had been introduced to like 7 or 8 other like Jedi Quest and Apprentice books. You understand why he leaves, and then he never leaves Tatooine again. All that first episode had to be, though, all that first Kenobi show had to be, was him on Tatooine remembering flashbacks of him and Anakin, and just do a clone.
So, a literal memberberry like flashback episodes would be better.
The series was supposed to have Darth Maul in the first series, right? But there was that allegation against the guy who portrayed Darth Maul.
Was there?
Yeah, there was an allegation against the
Whitworth?
yeah. No, there was an allegation about like some kind of children.
I do not know any allegation. Let me just break before that gets started. Ray Park is fucking beloved by all fans. I've heard none of that shit.
Oh, that was huge. That was oh my god, that was how many years back now?
Yeah, well, either way, that ain't anything now. So
do you remember ABF? You remember that, right? Where they were gonna go forward, and then there were some kind of allegations against him, and then they kind of
headline. That's all.
Yeah. But so they silently kind of pushed. They changed gears, and that's why the series got changed, because they were going to go with the Darth Maul Obi-Wan
shoved him in Lando, so it's or what?
Yeah, this
Solo.
sounds like
well, he got cleared. So then they're trying to bring him back, but like he's
and Solo lost money.
Well, also having Darth Maul in the series would have made too many people happy. So,
and we can't have happiness.
But that was actually supposed to happen in the series. I know that for sure. And then they had to change course, and they had to rewrite and do a whole bunch of stuff because they kind of canceled him. Like they just made him guilty before anything got resolved. It was during like the what's his name from Walking Dead host there, Chris. He got canceled right away, and then it came out that he was like he was actually telling the truth, and they were doing a lot of canceling at that time, and
court of public opinion.
Yeah.
Speaking of courts of public opinion in sci-fi movies, do you all remember Citadel from Amazon, one of the most expensive movie or shows ever made that no one watched? Guess what? They gave it a spinoff. Why? Citadel?
First 2 episodes.
Well, they gave it a spinoff. Do you think it's male or female? Oh, obviously it's female. Citadel Diana, of course. Spinoff, just like John Wick. It has to be a female now.
I hope she beats the shit out of a lot of guys.
It's already a female in the main story.
Oh, is it?
I mean, basically, it's like a pair, and she gets more screen time, I think. I don't know. I only saw 2 episodes, but that's the impression I got.
Awesome. Let's talk about the DC reinventing. Gooch might hate me, but I kind of want to check this out a little bit. But man, this is what they're working up to. We've seen the absolute Batman. We get some looks at the absolute Wonder Woman, who's now got the Jason Momoa tattoos. And I don't know if she like works for Hades or Ares or something now, but like this is Wonder Woman now. Thoughts, Gooch?
Sorry, I was reading something. What is this?
This is Wonder Woman. This is your new absolute Wonder Woman. Are you excited about her costume?
No, it's shit.
Look at her. Oh my God, she's manspreading.
This is I don't like anything DC's putting out.
Correct answer. And then we got the absolute Superman, who I don't like. He looks
the artwork's great. I'm not saying like the artwork looks really good. I have nothing negative to say about that, but it's just I don't care for it.
I don't think that artwork matched that character unless
correct.
And that go back.
This is the wide Batman. And then the Superman looks a lot younger. The other thing too is apparently they're like changing origin stories. From the people I heard at the used bookstore were saying that like Batman was like raised middle class and stuff. Like they've got different origins. They've got different origin stories. And then that's what the whole all in is it's the absolute heroes get mixed with the normal ones people actually like, and then they try to fuse them together to force the new ones onto people.
Do you know why they're doing that? Do you know why DC's doing that?
Because they're fucked and they have nothing else.
Well, true. They're going to sit there and try to do a different origin story, so they don't have to pay royalties to the family, the Kane family. That's what they did with Spider-Man with Miles Morales, so they don't have to pay royalties to other people. The originators, like who was it? Stanley and was it Kirby? Back then, they didn't have to pay royalties, so they can use like Miles Morales as Spider-Man and do whatever stories they want to do it and implement whatever messaging they want.
Assume is
so
why
they're going to do this.
Harley Quinn so much is presumably right stuff, and they just keep recreating her. So we get Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman, of course. Hey, we get Nightwing, some Dick Grayson. That sounds good. Now we also get some Detective Comics, but we get one more hero. What hero were we gonna have? Harley Quinn every single fucking time for some reason. Why? No, we're done. Also, for fuck's sake,
cancel Disney Plus.
Ooh.
That was nice. We might need to speak about the public service announcement. We will not have an Agatha watch party next Wednesday or whatever because ABF has some work to do for the CIA down in Peru hunting aliens. He's going to recover some crashed spaceship technology.
No. I'm going on vacation.
Yes, vacation.
Yep.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to tell the customs guy.
I'm kind of jealous. As someone who's into like the ancient aliens and like pyramids and stuff, I must say I'm a wee bit jealous. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
because You're going to like the sexy women and stuff like that, like all those pyramids. You doing the tourist things too?
Yeah, we're going out of Cusco every single day, and there's just all these different like structures and places that ancient aliens and stuff is always talking about. So we're gonna see all that stuff.
Hell yes, you're gonna get a divine or celestial upgrade. Your people from your home planet are going to come back and they're going to tinker with your DNA. So that way you get one step closer to being an actual superhero. And honestly, I'd rather have you saving my ass than whatever the hell this giant tank, middle class tank is. God, I can't believe they were defending this design. Well, we can't let it get stale.
It's
and even his bat cycle sucks. It's literally just a motorcycle now.
But look, long ears. You like long ears.
Yeah, but man, it just
only
so
one person.
Look,
only one person.
What are those like?
Ears. That's Kelly Jones.
Traps or whatever those are. Like, look how big that is. Oh my god.
Neck day.
Yeah, not genuinely.
I just laughed because I remember when I went through when Marvel went through my portfolio when they were, when I was potentially going to work for them, they were just like, yeah, like you make sure the anatomy and everything's right. And then like I look at some of the art they have out here now, and it's just like everything's exaggerated. Like it's not even proportional. Like it's all ridiculous. Like look at the legs. Like that's like that's so.
What is that like hatchet that he has?
That's the fucking bat symbol on his chest. Turns
That's
into
retarded.
an axe. I know.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Problem solved.
Problem solved. We didn't buy your book.
I might try.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for coming.
It's Snyder, who Gooch really likes, but it's also Joshua Williamson, who I like, but Gooch does not. And then the art looks pretty decent for what it is. It's not what we want.
Joshua Williamson's good, but not.
I thought you said he was the one who killed X-Men, or was that someone else?
That's not me. I never said that.
Yeah.
and anytime I bring up a comic book person, I'm told they're the worst person ever, except for Scott Snyder is approved.
Snyder's a great guy. I've met a few times. Like he's a great guy. He has some great stories.
Did Hickman ruin X-Men?
Hickman ruined.
Okay,
Hickman ruined X-Men.
I can't keep track of all this stuff.
But that's the problem with writers. Like for comic book writers now, like I've said this, I don't know how many times they start off great. First and second act is really, really good. And then the third is just, what the fuck just happened? Why do I want to like Minecraft myself?
Fucking haircut.
So we have talked before about the new Uncanny X-Men is Gail Simone. So we've got 4 X-Men characters here. Go ahead, panel. Take a bet. How many of them do you think are straight white men?
None.
Well, we just had the Argentinian or Venezuelan or whatever. Now we have the literal horse girl. My best friend Ember, because I'm a horse girl. And then we get depressed Asian woman, and as we all know, Asian women are the new progressive white women. And then
Killmonger, yeah.
Oh wait, and then this was like a depressed, this was also like a depressed cat woman, or sorry, cat lady, not cat woman. Cat woman is good, cat lady bad. Gooch, do you have a question?
Well, no. If you notice, like the comics now, the color schemes, they're all the same. The pinks, the purples, the yellows, the greens, like they're all the same. Like it's just they're flat out just messaging. Yeah,
yellow tangerines.
Like that's why I hate comics. You know what? Oh, let me get that.
That's why I hate video
I'm
games.
ready to freak.
They're always catering to the male gaze.
I'm going on a rant. You're not.
Get it, Gooch. All right, we got something to pull us back.
Man talk.
God, I love that clip so fucking much. All right, we already looked at that. Is this a different thing?
I'm really excited to read this. This is the biggest message sending piece of shit. I'm gonna.
Oh, so that's Mr. Tech Rat.
Who is it?
It's Rat City, part of the Spawn universe. It's just the biggest piece of shit I've ever read. This is horrible.
Wow.
Who's writing? Is that the Gail Simone one? Because he announced a Gail Simone Spawn one. Is it Gail Simone?
That's she Spawn. But this is
yes,
Erica Schultz, who I know that Zach went to Kubert school, and she taught, and she's apparently a horrible teacher. And it's just, you want to talk about who does this to the comics of Spawn?
Why? They marvelize.
And a more offensive spectacle I cannot recall.
God. Oh, yeah, I'm going through Spawn. Spawn is so freaking goated. I love it. And once again, I'm going to bring up.
This is the biggest piece of trash I ever bought in my life. I want my money back. Holy crap.
Yes, I believe we actually have a clip for that as well.
I think I want my money back.
Yeah.
I knew I put it on there for a reason.
That was really appropriate.
If you squint, it kind of looks like Transformers.
I mean, and right now, I think actually Gooch is the one giving off.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah. Look at the color schemes. Again, all pink and purple. Fuck that comic. Fuck. Fuck, I hate it. I hate it so much. It's the biggest piece of shit.
Spawn is like, it's so freaking manly.
Spawn is great.
Based.
Spawn is good. That, oh my God, I want to.
Good. I'm going to have to ask you to tone it down. Take your
I was doing Serenity Now last night. Now it's like Serenity Now, blow up later. I'm blowing up right now. So just let me blow up. Let George blow up.
You must wait to blow up until an inopportune time when it would be most embarrassing.
I mean, that's literally what this stream is for.
You need a spiked baseball bat to hit it across the room.
Why would you do that? Yeah.
Where you at, Anakin? Get back here. You're going to pay for what Spawn Rat City did, boy.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, yeah. Hit it.
So bad.
Little tiny thing. I hit it.
It's scary.
I thought
Spike
Joe
put
was
the
going to have a
nails in.
stroke because I was like teeing off on that book when we reviewed it. It's so fucking awful. It's so message sending. Oh my God, it's fucking terrible.
Well,
fuck.
All right. Well, you'll be.
My tricks don't work on me. Only mine.
Exact opposite of the message coming up.
Man talk.
Really likes that.
Goldfinger. The first minute he's making out with a chick, and then the assassin comes out behind something to kill him, and he sees the assassin in her eyes and realizes that she betrayed him. So he does a 180 with her, and in the first 2 minutes uses a woman as a human shield. It made me so happy.
Do you not get what Austin Powers is joking?
I do now. And then in within 5 minutes he slaps the butt, and then he goes up to was it Pussy Galore or whoever was spying and whatnot, and immediately just starts she's clearly a bad guy, and he's immediately just hey babe, what you doing after this? what you doing? And then they even use that. He's always hooking up with the ladies, that they use him hooking up with the ladies to make his handlers think, oh, James is cool. He's about to go fuck that broad, so he is under control. It's at that point you might have a problem, James. You might want to check into some sexual addiction.
With the operative from the other side. Classic James.
Only 3 of the last 4 women I've slept with have died. Let's go for a 5th. All right, so overall, really good. I was really happy. Story wasn't too crazy since it was all just Fort Knox gold and what have you, but I still enjoyed it enough. So he hates losing, and he hates losing money, but he is fine with dipping women in gold because that's apparently not losing money. But I did enjoy that. We got some good butts in this. Gooch, you would have definitely been happy. Let's see. I would like to complain. Nintendo 64's GoldenEye made me think Oddjob was about 4'6". He is not. He's 5'2", 5'4". I think Rare might have done a racism against Asian people. Would anyone else agree? Because he's come up to if he were 5'2", we wouldn't have to ban everyone from using him. He'd be a little cheap. But motherfucker is this tall in this stupid game.
Nothing wrong with that. We have a lot of short kings in the chat that might be that height.
Don't they bring Oddjob in on several other movies? And it does seem like they make him seem shorter.
Hey, look, it's Oddjob.
Come on.
By the way,
the magic of Hollywood.
There is a little person in Joker 2. He's from the first one. That fucking scene upset me the most, and I don't know why. Just made me feel like shit.
Rings of Power season finale, they gave the most emotional scene to the random wilding girl that just showed up they gave the most emotional scene to Mr. Bubbles? Mr. Bubbles or whatever?
No, Mr. Bubbles. I don't, and you know what? It's fuck them, because he was a really good acting scene. It made me feel like shit.
It was so good.
Because of his life. Fuck that movie, dude. Sorry.
So that was actually 2 movies in a row because The Warrior's Way had 8-Ball in it.
Yeah.
Which was basically like Gatekeeper and John Winslow combined, and he ended up being my favorite character. So that's 2 movies in a row. The dwarf actors ended up putting on the best.
It was just paint. It's skin suffocation. When you body paint like that, you're supposed to leave a patch at the base of the skin so your skin can breathe. And...
At the base of your spine is what.
So I said base of your skin. Base of your spine is what I meant to say. Yeah.
And
Erwin, what did you think of the car, the Bond car?
It's like, I love when they have the old stuff and it's like, look at all this super technologically advanced stuff, and like the shifter pops up with a big red button. The ejector seat, when he explains the ejector seat, I'm just like, I wonder if anyone's gonna get ejected out of this. And then they have the bad guys like capture him and then let him drive his car. And it's like, I got a gun pointed at James Bond while he's driving his car. We'll be ejector seat.
Seth, go ahead and abuse keyboard. Go ahead and test out that theory. Cover yourself entirely in paint. Get back to us.
It looked like they actually like ejected a stunt guy too. I
probably did
the ejecting. And then he's got the gladiator like chariot spikes that come out and he destroys the woman's tires and it's like, oh, looks like you got a flat. It's like
there, in Dr. No, there was actually a scene where they rolled the car over going over a river or something like that, made a jump, and I want to say they wrecked like 10 different Aston Martin DB7s just to do that one scene.
Which I assume now those would be worth some money at this point.
Oh, a lot of money actually.
Give me one.
Like this much money? All right, so overall 7.5 out of 10. Was quite happy with it. After he kills Odd Job, he gives like a Stallone or like Schwarzenegger like pun, and I'm like, that was perfect, do more of that. Like he made a shocking result or something like that. The whole classic scene of the laser about to burn your dick was really great. It's easy 7.5. Could have used maybe another character I cared about, but I mean, I will say I did like Pussy Galore, and she has her flying circus or whatever, and we have a strong woman who's a pilot. She's got, when all the hot women came running up, her like pilots, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. But if in real life nowadays, if I saw 5 women pilots, I'd probably say, oh no, I missed my flight. But if they were that hot, I'd probably stick around to find out. I mean, maybe they won't crash. They're hot. So Goldfinger, easy 7.5 out of 10. They got like all the James Bond movies on Amazon Prime. I watched it because James Bond Day was yesterday. All right. So back into Hollywood real quick. We're starting with Halle Berry Rex Matthew Vaughn recently revealing that he quit directing the last X-Men Last Stand after execs wrote a scene to trick Halle Berry into signing on. And they're like, oh, that's bad. So this is the lead up to Hercules actor. I left Hollywood because they're all a bunch of PDF files, and then he actually went on like InfoWars the next day or something like that. So old Sorbo is tearing it up. I didn't get blacklisted from Hollywood. I left because they're all PDF files. This 314, this had gone super fast.
But also you got blacklisted, and that's fine because he's gone on other ones talking about that. How as soon as you talk about your religion or your politics, at least on one side, you don't get to work anymore.
One could say Zachary Levi calls his Donald Trump endorsement career suicide. Correct, Zachary Levi. Shazam 2, you could also refer to as career suicide also.
Rachel Zegler. That's part.
I was about to shout her out.
Oh, no.
And then we do actually have some of the people who understand what's going on. And, of course, with P. Diddy popping up, we got one person in Hollywood who's not a moron. Oh, happens to be conservative. Denzel Washington knew better. Once left Diddy party enraged, told actor to leave before the devil get there. So it seems just like with Weinstein or Lolita Express and whatnot, it's a everyone knew situation, and everyone just went along with it. And these are the same people going along with it, or the same people telling us how evil we are for not liking like Star Wars and stuff like that. And they are running Lolita Expresses. All right, anyone got any thoughts before we move on to more politics? Fuck.
Do you like Foxy Cleopatra?
Foxy Brown, honestly, yes, I could probably live with some Foxy Brown. I would say they got some, like the pool scene, they got some hotties for the extras.
Well,
mean, I just follow him around, get his cleanup, his scraps.
Bond movies back in the day, people liked to watch them because of the incredible production value. They would actually go on set to all these extravagant places that no one could even dream of going, and that was like the huge appeal to watch a Bond film back then.
Yeah, very international. It's very international, very exotic. This one took place in Kentucky. So I was not expecting to see a KFC and a James Bond movie, I must say. But still, easy 7.5 out of 10. So first we got to talk about you don't hate the media enough, and we'll follow that up with you don't hate the government enough. So we had the vice presidential debate that literally everyone in the media had to admit that Tim Waltz got his ass destroyed. So do they just admit it? No, they say JD Vance's beard at debate could be viewed as conveying aggression. Angry Badger, you have a beard that one could say conveys aggression.
I've come to my attention that we all have beards.
Yeah, correct.
We're all aggressive.
Helps hide our double chin.
Hey, I'm looking very.
Tim Waltz's crazy AOC eyes showed passion. So aggression, passion. You don't hate
who wrote enough. This? What article is that from?
Politico.
Oh yeah, those
absolute hacks.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So we can't do the OK symbol or have beards anymore.
I'm not even allowed to drink milk on stream anymore.
Tim Waltz looks like a deer in headlights. He didn't know where he was. He was way out of his realm. That's the eyes he had, and Waltz knew, or Vance knew what he was doing. Clearly,
and once again, wasn't just debating his opponent, was also debating the moderators as well.
He sounded like a leader to me when you're like talking politics.
So, two of the worst, we got Wallace and Maddow over at MSNBC. JD Vance tried to mansplain to Tim Waltz and moderators. First off, how do you mansplain to another man? Isn't that just called explain?
Well, when
you're
in that, when you're like that, it makes sense.
Tim Waltz, I forgot, he redefined masculinity. He's the modern man now.
It makes sense. Yes.
Well, all these headlines are just showing how well he actually did in the debate, if that's what they're going with.
And it's missing the mark. Like they're totally they have no grasp on what actual people want, and they're sinking lower and lower, and it's pathetic and desperate.
Here's normally what you call a gay man who is married to a straight woman, and they need to be married for fucking social reasons.
Erwin's like, no,
they can be multiple things. Thank you very much.
But these different.
James O'Keefe strikes again on MSNBC producer, who MSNBC we were just talking about, was asked, so do you feel like MSNBC is doing enough to help the Harris campaign? And his response was, I mean, they're doing all they can.
Yeah.
They alleged there were like 3% Republicans or whatever it was. Yeah.
Did you see the Trump rally yesterday and how many people like there was
Musk jumping up and down on the couch like Tom Cruise?
Like it was enormous. Like it was massive, like crowds. Like I've never seen anything like it. And you go to Kamala Harris and you see like a very tight shot. You only see certain.
Yeah.
It's like a when you're watching a football game, there's no one in the crowd, but they'll go to the 5 fans that make it look like it's like there's like thousands of people there. Yeah.
Look what Elon put out.
Oh, is it him and his? Yeah, okay. That's the thing, is because he is saying he is dark MAGA, and then he put on the dark, like how we got dark Brandon. He's saying, oh, sorry, I was gonna pull it back up. Yeah, he's saying that he's dark MAGA now, and the fact that you got Elon up there, and then for those who don't know, this was in Pennsylvania where I don't know, someone shot him in the head, and he started off this by saying, what did he say? As I was saying, or something like that. God, how did he start it? Yeah, he started like he had just been interrupted. Now they're back on. What did he?
You should grow a beard.
Mad. Where's it? No.
You know,
No.
people tell me to grow a beard.
is
If
it?
I did grow a beard, it would be the best beard.
What did
But I'm
it say?
not going to grow a beard because I don't need to
Chat,
grow
what
a
did it
beard. But
say?
if I did, it would be.
Long and girthy. Dark MAGA, I assume, is Dark Brandon, which is we were calling Joe Biden Dark Brandon, especially when he did his full-blown like Emperor Palpatine speech with all the red and like military behind him and whatnot. And then they like took the Dark Brandon and made it their own and started like selling Dark Brandon merch and stuff like that. So I assume like usually it's just you with like lightning coming out of your eyes meme makes you dark all of a sudden.
Well,
So, as far as I can tell, that's what
you know the joke that the left can't meme. They came up with that as a meme from like a think tank. How much money do you think that they spent on that focus group?
Yes, too much. And yeah, like you'll never get out of focus group getting shot in the head and then getting up and saying fight. No amount of marketing money is ever going to get you that.
By the way, that's a great opening line. As I was saying.
Yeah, there we go. Yes.
That was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some issues with his hiring practices, some policies and stuff, but man, when he does it right, and I'm going to say it, and he doesn't do it right.
I said advanced melanation, but excessively melanated works too.
Well, let's talk, when we're talking about melanation, let's talk about Melania. ABC, who I exited out of it, but ABC, who just had to lay off 75 people. God, I hate this bitch hosting. Melania wants to take him out. She hates Donald, doesn't want to be first lady. This is Disney. Disney's ABC's hosting is what this should read.
Oh, yeah.
It was Melania all along.
There is like this conspiracy that like she's like held hostage or whatever because they can't believe that someone would want to be with Donald. That's crazy.
Melania.
First Lady Melania speaks on being canceled. She says she was debanked. Universities refused her donations to help foster students. It's very sad because who suffered? They were children from foster communities. Literally all she did as the first lady was the normal like charity type stuff and then tried to like raise awareness about stuff. Like all the things that first lady should be doing, she kept it right to that. She did exactly what she was supposed to be doing. Barely ever talked, just stood there and looked very, very, very pretty. Excellent work. And they canceled her. They debanked her and whatnot. They will destroy everyone in Trump's life. But if he gets a second term, they are going to go for literally every single person while Hunter Biden smokes crack with the FBI.
So fun. You should try.
Mock. With the left can't meme, how Monsoon tells us what a meme is to tell us how doomed the left is. Monsoon. Who knows what Monsoon is? What's Tomac talking about?
And then did you see
Google it?
Did you see the video of Hillary Clinton talking about social media? And she's like, we have to control. We're losing total control. Yeah.
Yeah, well, here, I'll just say it and then we'll let you take back over. Yeah, we'll lose total control if we don't censor it. What I just said, I think yesterday, was if Trump manages to get past all the fortification, every country in the West is going to pass disinformation. We're protecting the children on the internet, we swear, bills, like immediately.
Yeah.
Remember how we're like, you need to repeal Section 230? They've lost the plot, and now that Elon has taken Twitter over, now they want to repeal Section 230. Hillary Clinton agrees we should repeal Section 230.
I got into a fight with a coworker about Elon Musk because he kept talking about how he's like all bad and I pushed back on it. I'm like, explain yourself, and he's like, oh, he's letting people say whatever they want on the internet, and I'm like, so like anytime ever in the past. And then he's like, well, you can't shout fire in a crowded theater, and I'm like, why don't you Google that phrase really quick? And the first thing that pops up is, yes, you could say that. It was pretty funny.
And that's the thing. It's like there's no moderation. You've seen the community notes. They do plenty of moderating. Hell of a lot more than like Facebook and whatnot. Yeah, God, yeah, Facebook and won't even let like the Trump campaign run ads. And
you know what this is?
You know what they want
like,
to do.
Everyone's crying they want Big Brother. And when Big Brother actually does happen, it's like, why we have this? Because everyone's going to be called out for their actions, for whatever they say. And once that does happen, they're going to regret everything about that.
What do you think Bobby and Trump are going to encounter? The majority of our health problems have all come from it's a joke, but like big sugar, literally. Like they bribed all the studies in the 50s, trans fat, saturated fat. It's none of that. It's all sugar and it's everywhere. All that shit that he did. So good luck.
Yeah,
that's a war.
They need to
that
turn
pisses
the
me
food
off.
pyramid upside down.
Yeah.
And they are sponsored by the companies that go into low income neighborhoods that provide the Cokes and the Pepsis for dirt cheap, all the chicken for dirt cheap, all the pizzas for dirt cheap, all the fast foods and everything that they put in those places.
10% of American food stamps are spent on fucking soda.
Yeah.
Yes, and
seen it.
they
Sugar
are
water.
sponsored. So like that is complete hypocrisy because like they're the ones getting funded by these companies that are doing this, and they allow it to happen, and they turn around saying, "Oh, we need to fight obesity." No, because you're getting money from the pharmaceutical companies that are, Ozempic and all these other diabetes.
Fight obesity with Ozempic.
Yeah, you're getting fucking money from these companies that are profiting off of these people dying. So shut the fuck up.
Correct, dude. Correct. All right, we will get back into politics here momentarily. I got to talk about Chrono Trigger, considered one of the greatest games ever made. The greatest game ever made, according to Grumps. And every time I'd see his bio where he says it, I wanted to play it. And I finally played it. It's so good. I want to say screw all the other games I want to play. I want to play Chrono Cross next. Holy crap. I wanted to play JRPG, so I played the JRPG. It definitely helped make up for some Joker 2. I beat it yesterday. I definitely felt better after some Joker 2. Holy crap, play it. Next for me, Arkham City. All right.
That's a good rate.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward. I imagine we will be discussing that. David Axelrod, one of Obama's butt plugs. Trump voters in hurricane-ravaged areas will have difficulty voting. We're now talking about you don't hate your government enough. And man, is this hurricane disaster relief stuff really waking some people up, because it's one thing to think your government hates you, and it's one thing to see your government actively trying to kill you. And of course, there's many reasons for the slow rollout. One of them is because, it happens to be Republican areas that got conveniently hit, but normally don't get hit by hurricanes. They don't even have flood insurance. And now all those Republicans can't vote in swing states. Thoughts, guys? Is that, do you think the government is capable of killing people for votes, or am I just tinfoil hatter?
Yes.
I gave you two options.
And they're both correct.
Yo, hoodie. Well, yeah, my stance is people are like, oh, is it government incompetence or is it conspiracy? It's like my stance is it's government incompetence and conspiracy, and the government incompetence helps cover up the conspiracy.
Yes,
you got any thoughts on that?
Well, it's insane that they're actually telling people that they're not allowed to help, and
that's what most of these tabs are about. Yes.
Yeah, and Elon was even trying to fight with Pete butt plug, as you called him, over that. So,
correct. All right, so that's how we all understand that's what it is. And then North Carolina hurricane victims. Where is our fucking government? And the point of this segment is, do we really need a government? I would argue no, because whenever this stuff happens, people always end up mobilizing to help. I think we would figure it out just fine. SpaceX engineer North Carolina has dire warning Biden-Harris FEMA actively blocking shipments for relief. And then people are literally turning to Elon Musk to solve the problems here. He's like, Pete, old booty judge was like, oh, everything's all good here, because he's all, hey, all this stuff's being blocked. We're trying to help, but FEMA won't let us help. And then Pete Booty Judge comes out at some point and it's all like, no one's shutting down the airspace. There's nothing going on. Gaslight. If you're encountering a problem, give me a call. Elon, there are hundreds of reports of them blocking flights. This literally just happened. I will follow you. Please DM me the number to call. And there are people putting these videos out to go viral of them not getting help. And then they're like tagging Elon, asking people to get Elon to send help. And then Elon will show up in the comments and stuff.
Wow.
We're in an emergency, and people, instead of turning to the government, are turning to Elon fucking Musk. Do we need the government? I would argue no, not at all.
You need to put the tinfoil hat back on, because everyone knows they're weaponizing the weather to target only conservative areas. That's why they can't vote instead of doing the, like Russia or China.
Silver iodide or whatever, like the cloud seeding stuff is, that's like, you want to make fun of it all you want. That's like 60-year-old technology. That's the old technology. They're probably not using that because they're using the new stuff that we don't know about.
I mean, they literally do weather manipulation in like Dubai to get it to rain, and sometimes
Yeah,
they
they had like the World Cup, or they had some kind of big sporting event or something, and they tried to do the cloud thing, and they ended up having like some Noah's Ark like level raining on because they went too far with it.
They put too much soap in the washing machine, and unfortunately, they got a little bit of bubbles.
For some reason, though, there's a whole bunch of news articles like actually trying to debunk that. It's really weird because I went back to that the cloud seeding thing when Dubai flooded. Because I was arguing with someone one time and I showed the article, and then they showed me like 10 articles debunking it, and I was like,
no, they just have Gooch and his ancestors go outside and jump around and shit.
Well, like I think it was like Austin, Texas, or
No
something.
response to that.
I think several months ago they had a storm out of nowhere that was blowing windows out on skyscrapers and stuff.
That's crazy.
Yes, it's a little weird, but yeah, and then it's just a bunch of all the Twitter. This is Twitter is where we're finding all this stuff out. If we didn't have Twitter, no one would be allowed to talk about this. Oh, and then as we'll talk about in a future one, who oversees FEMA? Oh, yes, the same guy who oversees the border. Department of Homeland Security, created after 9/11 when totally some random Arabs living in a cave decided to hijack some planes and fly them in flight paths they could not possibly have pulled off. That's totally what happened. So we need the Department of Homeland Security so that way we can attack grannies for Jan 6 and also open the border and work with the cartels. Yeah, government is political and they fucking hate you. Yeah, sorry, what are you saying, ABF?
Those amateur pilots that you were talking about trained here in Scottsdale, and for some reason they didn't want to learn how to land. So
yeah, and they didn't even pass their flight test for like a crop duster, but they flew some 747s at crazy yeah.
Let it happen on purpose. Lots of let it happen on purpose.
Dog? Is it dog trying to get on screen? Do it.
Yeah, she's upset
because she just found out that the government is evil and purposely killing its citizen. Matt Gates, whistleblowers say troops, other responders sat idle, waiting for FEMA orders to assist with Hurricane Helene. So just like at that one school shooting where the cops stood in the school for like 45 minutes doing nothing, like because they got their stand down orders. At the very least, they are getting stand down orders and told not to help while people die up in the mountains. And then after sending all of our money overseas and whatnot, they're like, well, we'll send you $750, but you got to get online to apply for it. We don't have power or internet to do that. You don't hate the government enough. So, proof that we don't need the government, Metallica, of all people, donates $100,000 to help victims. Dolly Parton dropping $1 million. We do not need the government. And sadly, no, her boobs aren't in the picture. I already checked. Things would get done. We would solve the problems. Some private companies might take over some roads and we might have some problems with some roads. It's not going to be worse than the problems we have with government stealing all of our money to allegedly take care of the roads that are just filled with potholes. Oh, slow walking aid to hurricane ravaged Red America is all upside for Kamala. This is 100% political, but a lot of people have talked about this is all like FEMA and whatnot have their like preferred vendors list. Hayden will talk about preferred vendors and John will talk about it because the bridge and all that is one of the ways they get in is they blacklist you from the preferred vendors list. So, you want to bring a bunch of water and aid? Sorry, we already have mega corpos who we pay a bunch of government money for their products, and since we have the contract with them, we can't use all the stuff you're trying to do because, well, our government fascism is getting in the way of that. So they're actively trying to screw people over for elections, but then also because every time there's disasters like this, where you look at like the Red Cross, how much the executives make compared to how much money actually makes it to people, it's a big grift. They're just stealing your money. Americans united in crisis. Mules carry supplies to neighbors trapped by hurricane devastation. Private citizens are getting helicopters and mules to save people. We don't need the fucking government. We got this under control, guys. Mule power.
Well, mules can get through tough terrain. Makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, and shows digital versus analog. They went with the analog mules. Oh, this gentleman right here in charge of opening the borders wide assured us 3 months ago they were tremendously prepared for hurricane season. But oh no, whoops, we sent all of the money to Ukraine, to Lebanon, and there's going to be lots of people are going to get in trouble for this. Tuberville on Biden Hurricane Helene response. People should be going to jail. This is treason. MTG says FEMA director will be grilled by Congress. Receive the full Kimberly Cheadle treatment. Probably worse. So just a friendly reminder, no one will be held accountable for this whatsoever. Republicans will talk a big game and they'll have their committees and they'll investigate, and literally nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to get improved. We're all fucked. And I keep saying this, guys, our government's not getting fixed until we stand up and become the government. This proves our government is terrible. No one is coming to save us. We have to step up and be the ones who come to save us, even if that means whipping out our mules to do it.
The law.
ABF?
Didn't Trump toss around the idea of using disaster funds to build the wall one time, and he was raked across the coals for it?
And now FEMA doesn't have money because they're too busy putting illegals into luxury apartments now and flying them all around and
get $2,000 debit cards and free phones and.
Sounds pretty nice. Where do I sign up?
Gooch, just throw away your ID and just come on in. Right? ABF will meet you at the border with one of his caravans. He's got an army.
I'm seriously considering it.
We got an election coming up too, man. Come vote. Everyone's doing it.
We're going to fortify it. It's time to fortify our base.
Speaking of fortifying, the longshoremen on the East Coast were doing a big strike that was going to cause a lot of problems. But they said, you know what? We'll wait until after Kamala loses. And then once Donald Trump takes it in office 10 days later, we're going to shut down the entire East Coast.
Now, all right, this is a really tough one because did you see what their demands are?
Like a 60% pay increase is what they ended up getting or something. But
do you know
what
what
their demands?
Do you know what their current salary is for like the average? It's like $140,000.
That's what I figured.
So if they get what they want, they're going to be paid more than doctors. It makes no sense.
Yeah, unions. Why do we still have them? I don't know.
Oh, we need them.
They're striking because they're going to get replaced by robots probably.
Shut the country down?
Kind of applauded, actually.
I know. Well, at this point, it's like, oh, that's bad. I feel bad for them. And then they do this, and it's just like, are the robots ready yet?
Oh, that's it. Starting at 80,000, and then I think they would get their raise to like 140.
Commie, traitor to our country!
Yeah, because I saw it was like a 60% increase or something like that. So that'd be, like 125 or some crazy thing like that. And you're just like unloading container ships? All right. Yeah, unions, we used to need them. Now they're in charge of sending all of our jobs to China. All right, one last thing. I know you're a Canadian commie.
Well, no, I haven't got a wage increase, a cost of living increase in over 12 years. So, yes, I need to unionize here.
I've only worked for under minimum wage once, and it was because I got a minimum wage job, and then they forced me to join the union. So I had to pay my union dues. So only time I've been in a union is the only time I've been paid under minimum wage. So unions can go fuck themselves hard. I hate them so much. And then my state became a right to work state, and they no longer could enslave you into paying them. So that way they can give Democrats a bunch of money to destroy the economy.
Well, Erwin Gooch sounds like he wants to start a union.
Yeah. Well,
YouTube union.
I know, so I said, I'm starting an MCM. You all can join. I get 5% of your revenue, and I do absolutely nothing. We'll call it Nerd Cinema. All right, last thing. Venezuela putting 7 children tortured in detention on trial for terrorism because they didn't think that this guy won his fake election, that he definitely did not win, and there weren't even any viable candidates to vote for against him. All right, guys. So the reason we need to stand up and do something is because where Venezuela is not far away from where we are. It's a very thin line between civilization and Venezuela. And no, government's not going to stop it. Big businesses are going to stop it. They're the ones causing it. The media's not going to stop it. They're the ones pushing it all. Only one group of people is going to stop it, and it's us. Or else they're going to put children, after torturing them in prison, they're going to put them on trial for terrorism. 15 to 17-year-olds.
You're the media now, as far as I'm concerned.
My buddy has an employee working for him who's the only actual asylum speaker in the country. He is from like Nicaragua, and he had to escape there because he protested the government, and they literally like were machine gunning people in the streets, and he literally can't return to his country or they'll kill him. He coincidentally does not like where he sees our country going because it's just like his country. He had to escape because the commies went to kill him with machine guns. Guys, let's not get that far down the rabbit hole, guys. No one's gonna solve the problem for us.
That's why we need machine guns.
Weaponized nerd rage.
So true. And Elon just pointed out the First Amendment, we have to have it, and the Second Amendment is to protect the First Amendment. Yes, I know sometimes when he talks about, he has some name for him, and every time he says it, I think he's slurring him. He's not, though. At least he says he's not. Agua y queso, yes. All right, we're wrapping it up. Badger, outro.
Yes, sir. I will be on George the Giant Slayer's podcast again, Sunday Slayer Nation. That's show, stream, whatever. That's like in 40 minutes at 12 PST. And then tonight, the big... Oh, first of all, fuck all that. Penguin. Thank God I'm getting a third episode of Penguin tonight. Holy hell. I hope that's good. Gives me some good sexy time.
For the weeks.
Sure. And then tonight, late night with Gooch. It's going to be great.
All of us are on, correct? Did I get uninvited?
No. We'll talk about it.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
I always ruin everything. Yeah, Gooch, say some words for us.
You don't ruin anything. Yeah.
Give me my Anakin.
Tonight, late night with Gooch and gang. We have Wyatt's Metal with us tonight. Should be a great show. And again, I can't thank the chat and everyone enough. You guys have been phenomenal. So yeah, swing on by, join that, and of course later in the week I'll be on, whatever you can catch
all the shows,
all the shows, yeah,
all the shows.
So and let's get this guy over here to 500. This guy has to get the 500 subs, so that should come first.
Yeah,
ABF. Sounds like Gooch already outroed for you, but you feel free to do a second outro.
Well, I have Off the Hip tomorrow evening, and then I'm on vacation for a few weeks. But my show...
Oh, it's a few weeks? Yes. Damn! He totally doesn't work for the CIA, though, guys. I swear.
We're gonna miss you.
My Off the Hip show is somehow going to continue while I'm gone, though.
Oh, really?
Who's filling in for you?
You'll have to tune in to find out.
All right. I like the tease. I like the tease.
All right, so I had 2 clips. You guys already saw 1 clip. I'm playing it again.
Man talk.
But I don't know when the next time is I'll get to play this, and I really enjoyed it, and you'll probably see it on Hypno Stream as well. And that's what I spent too much time on last night. Love you guys. See you later.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends. Yeah.
Come on!
Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
Bye, everybody.
Stay Gucci.